4 tents. I think it's going to end up being, I'm not sure how many people, but yeah, so it sort of depends on if it's single people, families. We love having kids here, but obviously it is a little more wild when we have a lot of kids. This is my adorable awning. All the tractor trailers, you know, the big trucks. Oh my gosh, they leave their motors run all night. And I don't have air conditioning in this, so I had to leave my windows open. Whoa, there was a lot of diesel fuel fumes in my camper. I'm very excited for the solar panels going on top of the trucks so that people can run their AC with solar instead of letting engines run. Pretty tough with a dog and a toddler. A little bit of trash. Happy and teaching them about animals. Spend a lot of time with kids here, so it's a pretty special vacation for a family. You know, half an hour, depending on who we've got. Just walk them around. We generally like to use that opportunity to talk about regenerative and sustainable ag, what that means, how animals can be super good for a landscape. I know there's some controversy at the moment that nobody should be eating meat and that would be better for the planet, but there's a lot of evidence to suggest that animals can heal the land if they're managed properly. And we have gotten rid of all the invasives on this farm. Yes, invasive grasses, reed canary grass, multiflora rose, willow bushes in the swampy area, and honeysuckle through using sheep and goats. So we've been here 15 years. In 15 years, we've eradicated all of the brushy stuff. Of course, it involves a lot of our own hand labor, but the sheep are really the main drivers. And now this wetland here, which was at one point tiled and cropped, is now almost all native sedges because the sheep eat the invasives, and now all the wild seeds, the seeds for the natives and wildflowers that are in there can come up. We have a pond back there, a slough, and this year, for the first time, the entire slough was ringed with wild irises, blue flags, because the sheep were eating down the invasive grasses enough that those flags, that their rhizomes must have been in there, had a chance to come up. So we feel really proud of our sheep and of our management, and we think that animals raised on grass, rotated over land lightly, leaving lots of vegetation for native wildlife, can be a great way to take care of land. And we think there's a lot of hope to reverse some of the negatives of climate change by utilizing animals in a regenerative way. We just had a family, farming family from South Dakota here earlier in the week, and they're taking their family's couple hundred acres and starting to transition to organic grains and doing managed grazing on a section of their family's land. So we got to talk to them a lot about all the advantages we think we've seen here, and that's fun. We love hosting other farmers. We generally close November and December and most of January, partly because it's slow and it's not really worth keeping things tidy, and we always have a need to remodel. So we just do our projects. We save up projects for the winter. So this winter we'll be doing some trim in the kitchen around our new hood over the stove. And so we travel, go see our own kids in their different places where they live. And our oldest son and his son just moved in with us. So I have a 3-year-old grandson here on the farm now. So that will be really fun over the winter, playing with him. And yeah, you know, as a first generation farmer, that hasn't really been part of our expectation because it really is a unique lifestyle. We're only on 20 acres, so whatever you do here has to be very intensive, very focused, and very productive and lucrative, you might say, per square foot. But yeah, it's pretty great to have our son come back and to have a grandkid here. And what we do here is so unique, and we change all the time. We're always pivoting and diversifying and going after what's working. We just want to be the greatest grandparents ever and be the farm that, you know, the grandkids want to stay here. So our kids seem to have an interest in food. So they've all worked for other farms. Many of them have worked in restaurants, all of them actually. And I could see them starting small businesses that involve food. Our pasture is not certified organic, and we buy grain from local farms, and there's not a lot of organics happening right here locally, although it's starting. And so right now our animals are not organic, but our veggies are. Whatever comes off our fields is. Well, the Pyrenees guard the sheep. So the sheep are generally here, but we have flooded in the last couple days, so we had to get the sheep off and put them in the front. They'll go back when the water goes down, and so our Pyrenees stay in the back. They keep the coyotes off the hill from coming here, and the little dog is supposed to stay in the front of the farm, keep the hawks and the raccoons and the skunks out of the chicken house. So we'll see how she does. So far, the success has been that she hasn't eaten the chickens herself. So